It's the Score North Twin Show.
Okay, we have a random Twin of the Week, which Declan will be leading here on the show today. Our resident Twins beat podcaster, Declan Goff, spending countless hours in the clubhouse, in the bowels of Target Field, gathering information, observations. Sports dad Judd Zolgad has watched more baseball than any of us. I used to cover the Twins beat in the early Target Field days. I'm just going to throw this out at you guys. 365, 413, 518. That's the slash line for young Brooks Lee, mostly at AAA St. Paul, as he's coming back from being on the injured list earlier. It's only 21 games in the minors, only 92 plate appearances. But he's raking 3 doubles yesterday. Are we on Brooks Lee watch at all whatsoever right now?
I mean, I know Royce said, do they have the gall to cut Kyle Farmer, have the stones, have the fortitude?
Are they ballsy
the
enough?
Intestinal fortitude.
Who, by the way, and we're recording this on Thursday about an hour and a half before first pitch, and Farmer is making a rare start at shortstop on Thursday, just his second start at short.
Could be like
all
a last,
season.
Hey, dude, can you just, I don't know,
holder
like a
spot
seeing
start.
eye single, Jer.
The holder spot for Brooks Lee is the backup to Correa in primary second base.
But that being said, like Kyle Farmer's played in 2 games in the last 10 days. So, like, I if we were calling up Brooks Lee, I'm not keeping him on the bench for 2 times and playing him 2 times in 10 days. There's a logjam of infielders, regardless of Kyle Farmer being part of this fold, that are figuring out their ways in the lineup. And until an injury probably happens, or like you trade someone, like I don't know, like let's say they traded Jose Miranda. We can go down even more of a reckless path. Does that create more of a vacancy to put Brooks Lee up here? But if it's just simply swapping Kyle Farmer for Brooks Lee, I don't really know where Brooks Lee factors in to be playing every single day, and I don't want him sitting on the bench for consecutive games right now if he were to be called up and take Farmer's spot on the team.
I agree.
So second base would be like the open spot, but in his minor league career, Brooks Lee has basically not played second base, right?
And that should change starting tonight when the Score North crew is there for the Toledo Mud Hens versus the Saints. Put Brooks Lee at second. Like, he is hitting the way that he is going right now, and he has made like the last 3 games two just fantastic plays at shortstop. But put him at second base. Let's find out there. And if you do that and it works, guess what? And by the way, the one thing about second base that used to be the most difficult in the transition from shortstop was the double play, because guys could slide in and basically up and end you, and now you're playing a different position, and the positioning's different. Guys can't do that now, and so I would get him a look-see there, but if he continues to hit like this, I would call him up, Brooks Lee, and put him at second base.
Why is he playing only shortstop? So you have Carlos Correa in the middle of his prime, under contract for multiple years. Huh?
I said our beat podcaster can ask that. It's a very good question, Phil.
Should we just hand Declan a list of like, here's some questions we need to have answered?
I'm not joking. It's a great question.
So Carlos Correa is under contract through 2028 with team options that go past that. So he's 29 years old and he's hitting out of his mind. He is, as if you ranked every team in baseball, how solidified is your current shortstop situation? The Twins have like a top 5 or 6 solidified in terms of contract, productivity, age, everything, right? And then the guy playing third was the number 1 overall pick who slid off of shortstop because Carlos Correa exists. And Brooks Lee, who was drafted as a shortstop, Brooks Lee is like third in that pecking order behind 2 guys, the 2 cornerstones of your franchise. So I guess I'm sort of questioning why is he not mixing in at other positions? Why is he, dude? If you look at Brooks Lee in the minor leagues to this point in his career, he's played 1,286 innings at shortstop, and he's played 85 innings everywhere else. So he's played like 95% of his defensive innings at shortstop in an organization that has shortstop on lock with two guys for the next 10 plus years, probably. I don't know. Am I overreacting to this?
I mean, he came up as a shortstop. They don't want maybe to have him learn a position right away. He's a switch hitter. Like, I don't know, maybe they just don't want to throw him into a blender per se right away. But at this point,
but he's not going to play shortstop for the Twins.
He's not going to play shortstop for the Twins. And a big reason why they traded Spencer Steer is because of this exact reason. When you traded Spencer Steer, who now is like positionless in Cincinnati. Like he looks like he's going to be a good hitter, but I don't know where he's going to factor in positionally. He's been like playing left field for Cincy. Yep. At this point, though, if you're Brooks Lee, there needs to be like a vacancy made at second too, because they still believe in Edward Julian. And they have a really other good short second baseman there too. And is it Hammond? I forget the player that that a lot of fans wanted to call up from the St. Paul Saints when Julian got sent down. I'm blanking on his name right now. Their second base is locked up at AAA as well. So there's like this weird surplus where you have to figure out a place for him to play.
I can unlock it for you guys.
Julian should not be locked in at second base.
He should play first base.
That's my take.
I would put him at first base. And I can't worry about and the Twins don't. You don't care about the Saints. Like if you're the Twins, you do not say, well, they've got a good player here, so we can't move him for the good of the Saints. So you move Julian to first base, okay? Because if Brooks Lee is the guy, guess what? Julian's either going to be traded and or play elsewhere. He ain't going to play second. I don't care if he improved. I don't care if he's, Bobby Grich now at second base. So put Julian at first base, put Lee at second base. But with the way that Lee has hit, I think you've got to explore this. Like this becomes a viable, at least a viable thing to look at. And for the good of the big league club. And I'm not saying that, to Dex's point, I'm not saying that and then you put Brooks Lee in left field, and then you put him in right field, and then you put him in third base. I'm saying you move him to second base and just play him there. But I don't think that the challenges of playing second base now, in part because guys can't come in and break up the double play, are nearly what they used to be. So I do think that the move is feasible, and Brooks Lee's athletic ability probably makes it a good shift. And to Royce's point, I think the Twins stick with Kyle because he is a good clubhouse guy. He's a veteran guy. I did love the fact that last year he was the first guy to say this 18-game playoff losing streak is going to end. So Kyle Farmer definitely, not to crap on the guy, he brings something.
He does.
But that being said, you don't block Brooks Lee because you like Kyle Farmer.
But Kyle Farmer isn't blocking Brooks Lee. The Twins are blocking Brooks Lee by having him play shortstop. The longer that he goes not playing, because I would be shocked if they called him up having basically never played second base or has only played 75 innings at third base, if that at some point becomes an option. Until the Twins move him to a different defensive position, he will not play for the Twins. Am I missing something in the equation?
To be clear, I was talking about the Twins thinking, perhaps. Like if they think, well, we really like Kyle, that shouldn't block it. And yes, I agree. I thought when Brooks Lee came back that they would just have, and Julian got sent down, I thought that they would just move Julian to first base and say, hey, try this out. And meanwhile, we're going to put the first round pick, who's a star player, at second base. That's what I thought would happen.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know, there's like this Lincoln log, jumbled Lincoln log puzzle that they're trying to figure out with everything in their infield basically right now. And hey, if come trade deadline, if some of these guys, I'm not saying Brooks Lee is part of that, and if you are trading Brooks Lee, you better be getting a damn sure all-star frontline player when they're not going to do that either, right? Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, then you have to figure out a new position for him and get him innings there at AAA, which right now they don't want to do that.
Yeah. It just, one last thought on this is the organization is currently set up. The two guys that are going to be part of this thing for the next at least 5 years are Carlos Correa and Royce Lewis. Mm-hmm. Those guys play shortstop and third base. So if you want anyone else to be part of your infield, it can't be at third base or shortstop. Therefore, and again, Brooks Lee is your best infield prospect in your entire organization. he's clobbering AAA pitching right now. So his bat is getting closer. He's knocking on the door.
Right.
So either they call him up at some point, and I'm not saying it has to be tomorrow. I know Pat floated that on Ricey Unchained. But let's even just look out to like August or September or next spring, whenever it happens. Mm-hmm. It either has to happen at second base or outfield, because it's not going to happen at shortstop or third. And if his bat is getting closer to being major league ready, don't you have to start preparing his glove somewhere other than shortstop or third base?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And there's no reason not to do it right now at AAA. There's nothing about the Saints where it's, oh my God, you can't do that to Gardy. Toby, poor Toby. They call up, they don't care about Toby, and that's fine. I don't blame them. This is a breeding ground, right?
Who's going to play shortstop? Figure it out, Tobe.
Yeah, exactly. You go play shortstop. We don't give a damn. Brooks Lee's playing second base. So, yes, I think you are right.
Imagine that infield, by the way.
Sometimes,
Royce
by the way,
Lewis, Carlos Correa, Brooks freaking Lee, Eddie Julian, maybe.
And then as Correa, if by the end of this contract he has aged out a bit, he could actually move to third base. And then the question is, does Brooks Lee or Royce go to shortstop eventually?
Great problem to have.
Oh, it's a fantastic problem.
Yeah.
But I will say this to Declan's point too. I feel like sometimes the Twins create problems where they don't have to exist, or dilemmas. Not problems. That's the wrong word. I feel like the Twins create conundrums or dilemmas where they don't really need to exist. Oh my God, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do there? It's like, hold on a second. Let's all take a deep breath. I can tell you, or you can tell them, or Declan can tell them.
Yeah. So, it'd be fun to see Brooks Lee at some point. And I mean, think about, and right now, I know Julian mashed for a full season as a rookie in the major leagues last year, so he probably is ahead of Brooks Lee in a pecking order. But right now, Julian continues to struggle. He's played 14 games for the Saints. He has 20 strikeouts in 65 AAA plate appearances, which is, so he's striking out in like 30% of his AAA plate appearances. He's batting 170, only has 2 home runs, only one since the first pitch that he saw, or first at bat that he took. So, like right now, Brooks's bat is hotter at AAA than Julian's, and they're closer in that pecking order than they certainly were a year ago when one was climbing up the minor leagues and the other one was getting Rookie of the Year votes.
And with Julian, when they sent him down, people thought like, oh, he's just going to go there with an automated strike zone and take a lot of walks. Like, he's probably going to go down there and start swinging at a lot of things because he shouldn't be just taking a lot of pitches. I don't know what the ratio is with strikeouts versus looking and swinging, and I'm not sure if minorleaguebaseball.com even provides you that, but he should be more aggressive in his swinging. So even though the results at AAA might not look very sexy right now, if he's trying to change the entire approach to be better long term, I'm okay with what he is at right now. But if this is it for Edward Julian and he can't figure out how to do this, then we do have a bigger problem on your hands.
Yeah. I think he's hit at every level. I think he's going to snap back into it and maybe even later this year become a viable contributor. But, if Brooks Lee continues to hit, and now it's kind of a race to see because Willie Castro's not your long-term second baseman. You don't, like, Kyle Farmer is not your long-term second baseman. I think it should be kind of a race between Brooks Lee and Eddie Julian. Who is your second baseman? I think Julian probably profiles better as a first baseman than Brooks Lee if you're looking at those two infield spots.
Yep.
So, okay. We fixed it for you. There you go, Twins. We just fixed it for you. Should we do a random twin of the week here?
Yeah.
All right. Random twin of the week presented by our friends just down the street to Element Hotel. If you're getting called up and you're looking for a place to stay, or you're vacationing and want to watch your favorite baseball team, Dex, where can people go?
Yeah, they should go to the Element Hotel. It's just, steps away from Target Field in the North Loop there. Or maybe you are looking for a staycation here and down to the Twin Cities. You got the second half of the schedule coming up here soon. Any Houston fans, if you're coming up, I know they play the Astros here in a couple of weeks, and you want to get to Target Field, go stay at the Element Hotel. They got free Wi-Fi. They're a pet-friendly hotel. They have a 24-hour fitness center. They got the snacks right when you walk in the lobby, which for me is a big, big selling point in a hotel when I come back and stumble into that door. Do I see, is that a bag of hot Cheetos? Give me some of those. I would love some of those. You can book your next stay by going to scorenorth.com/element, 15% off too. You'll get 15% off when you go to scorenorth.com/element.
I like the microwave section where sometimes they have hot pockets and random.
Or the ice cream when they've got
Ben and Jerry's.
The freezer. And yeah, you get the little ones that you can take up to your room, watch some TV, and just devour the ice cream.
Sneak some snacks. That's great.
Yeah.
So, okay, we do random twin of the week every single week on the Score North Twin Show. And let's see here. Judd's won 3 in a row. Grant Balfour, Marty Cordova, Carlos Gomez.
I backed into Belfort.
You did. It was a backdoor win.
No
Before that, Rick Reed and Pat Mears and Eric Milton were the random twins. Dex has the clues this time around. I have 17 wins all time. Declan has 14. Judd looking to tie Declan. You have 13 wins. So Dex will throw out some clues. We can shout out guesses whenever we want. If one of us hits a third strike, the other one wins automatically. No Googling. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. This random twin of the week just celebrated his 48th birthday. Happy birthday. It was yesterday, but.
Okay.
Just want to make sure we're accurate there.
Yep. It was yesterday. I was doing my clues.
That's fine.
Yesterday and saw that, it's his birthday.
It was so close. Yeah, that's perfect. 48.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Interesting. Really interesting.
This random twin, I believe, born in the same town as Brett Favre, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I think Brett Favre's from Hattiesburg.
Hattiesburg. Yes, I think you're right. In fact, I know you're right.
He is. Yep.
This random twin of the week finished his career in the Indy ranks. Played for Long Island, played for Wichita.
It's always funny to see which guys just want to hang on, just be in a dugout. Just pine tar.
I'm gonna control F right now, so I am going to the computer, but I am doing it.
Steve Lombardozzi has already been chosen.
He is older than 48.
Yes, he is. I think I know who you're thinking of.
Yeah, I think I know.
We've already done that person.
I don't think you do know who I'm thinking of.
Oh, really? I bet I do.
No, I don't think you know. Don't assume anything about me. Okay.
Brian Dozier's from Hattiesburg, I'm pretty sure, but he's younger than 48.
Yeah, I think he went to the same high school as Favre.
He's definitely from Mississippi.
Do you have a guess, Judd, or do you want me to keep going?
No. I'm sorry.
Okay,
keep going.
okay. All right. Okay.
Stalling.
No, I didn't.
This random twin of the week hit 500 in the postseason.
Holy cow. So he's one of the greatest postseason players of all time.
He's not giving us at bats. He probably is 1 for 2.
Multiple hits in the postseason.
So he's at least 2 for 4, maybe 3 for 6.
And all with the Twins in the postseason.
I want this one so bad.
I want that.
Hattiesburg.
Oh, it wouldn't be him.
This random twin of the week, his best OPS in a season was not with the Twins, but he had an 831 OPS.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, this is quite the era of Twins baseball here.
This random twin of the week received Rookie of the Year votes.
As a twin?
As a twin.
Lou Ford.
Sweet Lou Ford. I'm over the right button. I'm checking.
Oh, damn. That dude hung on for sure in the minors in indie ball,
I think he just
right?
retired as a player. He's now,
Did he?
I believe, just the manager of an independent league team. I think on East Coast, right? Like Long Island or something. Rookie of the Year votes, though.
He was one of 3 Twins players to receive Rookie of the Year votes in that year. 3 Twins players received Rookie of the Year votes that year. He was one of the 3.
Okay.
Minkiewicz?
That official guess?
Yes, Doug Minkiewicz.
Great. That's
Doug
great.
Minkiewicz?
But he would have hit less than 500. Yeah. He had more plate appearances in the postseason. That's a good. So okay.
But I know where we're at. I know where we're at. I know the year. I know the era.
I think we know the year. No, because Minkiewicz went.
I don't think this guy's from Hattiesburg, the one I just thought of.
No. Sorry.
You did
That did.
You did the Fonzie thing.
Yeah, you did.
A little older. I think this guy I was thinking of is older.
You know what's weird? This random Twin of the Week was promoted straight from Double-A.
Okay.
He didn't play any Triple-A at bats until like long after his career was winding down.
Okay, hold on.
Oh man.
He slashed before being called up at Double-A. 336, 396, 566, a 961 OPS.
All right. Is it Torrey Hunter?
Torrey Hunter is
500 in the postseason?
Yeah, that's true.
No. Wow, so Judd's got 2.
That's got one guess
I'm
left.
going for it.
Are you?
I'm going. No,
I might
I'm
just-
just,
I
I'm
might
just
let
saying.
you-
I'm going to shout out names. You're right. 500 in the postseason. That was a stupid guess. But I'm
I
trying
did
to
that
think
last
of,
week.
But I'm trying.
Okay,
Well,
I'll throw a guess out.
Okay.
we're going for it.
Michael Restovich.
Michael Restovich.
I've got his name written down. If that's him, I'm so pissed.
All right, we
don't
both
think-
have 2.
I don't think Resto got any Rookie of the Year.
But didn't he go to like the Pirates or something? And I don't know.
I've
you're probably-
I've actually got 2 names written down. I didn't guess. As the clue started, okay, Restovich and Buck Buchanan.
I have Buck's on mine too, but
But I don't. I
did
again,
he-
I don't.
He didn't play enough.
Yeah, and he was a Yank. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, this is fun. We're going for it. Balls to the wall, as the kids like to say.
This
Or
random
the old
Twin of the Week debuted in 2001, but he received the Rookie of the Year votes in 2002, and he was out of baseball by 2007.
Dustin Moore. Let's go. Yeah! Let's go, dude.
shoot!
Let's go.
My last, if you guys weren't getting guess, like
man.
we mentioned him on the show this week.
Dustin Moore.
And by the way, I've had Dustin Moore written down for my turn like for 2 weeks. So after
you
you
haven't.
saw that guy,
No, you were trying to. You're trying to make.
so after, but like I already had that. But then when we talked about Dustin Moore after Phil saw a guy with the jersey, and then we did a Google search of Dustin Moore, I was like, oh, this is even gonna be better.
Dude, did you guys know that did we talked about that? Yeah, we talked
Yes,
about
we
that.
did.
that
Yes,
he's
we did.
incarcerated for the next
Yes.
10
Yes.
years, and that for
Yeah.
some odd reason, both of you are celebrating him while I am repulsed by what
It's
happened.
just it's like, oh, this is a great jersey. Look at this crazy jersey at Target Field.
Yeah.
10 people on
And look
Twitter
at
are
this
like,
Sharper jersey, and look at this Ray Caruth jersey. This Ray Caruth jersey's fantastic. Oh, there's an O.J. Simpson.
I love jerseys. Jerseys are great.
I love all these jerseys.
All right, that's the Score North Twin Show here. Please subscribe to the new Score North Twin Show YouTube channel. We'll see you guys.